You ready? Okay. Good evening, all. Welcome to the agenda meeting, Town of Lake Luzerne, May 23rd, 2022. Please rise and salute the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilman Hanlon.
Here.
Councilman Lewandowski. Councilman Niles.
Here.
Supervisor Rubio.
Okay, we're gonna open them. Here, I'm sorry. We're gonna open the meeting on discussion on proposed resolutions for the regular board meeting of June 13th. I'll turn it over to Cindy.
Okay, so what I have would be the resolution, of course, to pay the bills of the 6th abstract. Resolution to accept minutes of meetings as presented. I have a resolution we need to do to adopt the standard workday and reporting resolution for elected and appointed officials with new terms. This is New York State retirement. That is something that we do it, we make the resolution at the next meeting. It has to be on my sign board for 30 days and back to New York State retirement by July 31st. Also a resolution to reimburse Philip Marquis from the Lake Luzerne Water Fund in the amount of $1,152.30. This was billing issues that resulted way back in the initial installation of the water meter and pit at Half Mile. So we went back to when Mr. Marquis purchased there, and as I understand it, the 60,000 gallons that everybody is afforded for $125 was running through the house meter first and also through the park meter. So we went back and redid that, and that's the reimbursement that we came up with. Also, a resolution regarding local law, which is subject to public hearing and permissive referendum, to increase the salary of the highway superintendent, town clerk, and 2 justices by the 3% that you passed at, I think, the April board meeting. That has to be done by local law. I don't know if you need resolutions for this, but the Presbyterian Church is requesting to hold community services in the park from Sunday, July 3rd through September 4th, 7:45 in the morning to 9:10. And I also have an application for a hot dog cart from Ashley Robinson for your review. Madeline Molson is not going to have the hot dog cart at the beach. So I have an application. That would be an address that's out of town. That would be more expensive, $550 for the summer there. For this Ashley Robinson.
Cindy, can I interrupt you for a second? I don't know if they've signed up for it, but I think the Lake Association meeting is scheduled for July 3rd at the park. They usually have that in the morning.
Is it before 9?
It's
10?
9 o'clock.
It's usually early
What
in the
was the
morning.
time? I wrote July 3rd, but what was the time you wanted for?
9:45 to
9:45.
9:45, or 7:45, I'm sorry. 7:45 to 9:10.
Okay.
So we might have a conflict there.
Sunday. Is that on Sunday?
July 3rd is a Sunday.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, Sunday or Saturday.
Sure, that's July 3rd. We'll have to check.
Okay.
All right, we'll check that out.
I was just reading their newsletter yesterday and I thought it said July 3rd.
Yeah, this would be all, from July to September. Okay, that's what I have.
Not too loud. All right. I gave you gentlemen some stuff that I wanted to go over, that Lonnie Rump. He's starting the same as the last people that we hired, and that's 1597. I just wanted to affirm that we all talk about that.
Yes.
Okay, so because Colleen just wanted me to bring it in front of you,
Do you
gentlemen.
need anything formal on that?
We should have a resolution, but we'll have to do that in 2 weeks.
We're all in
In
agreement.
agreement, that's. all.
Yes.
So just the resolution, that we hadn't made a resolution, after we
Oh, okay.
talked about it.
Okay.
All right. Also, Ben Driscoll, he's a supervisor of Glens Falls, would like by 10 minutes at our next board meeting to speak to some things about what's going on in Glens Falls. He's been asking me a couple of months. He's going around all the towns to do some talking, so he needs 10 minutes. So I'm just letting you know, if it's all right with you gentlemen, we'll put it on the agenda.
It's fine with me.
Mike's not here. I was going to talk about having a meeting, but I'll have to wait till we notify him and see what he says. And I'll get back to you guys. All right. Now, the Vernard Dam property. In your packet I gave you was the resolution that authorized us to take over that property back in August 11, 2014, resolution number 76. Resolved upon a motion by Mark McLean, second by Danny Waterhouse, to accept the parcel. And then we had a roll call vote. We explained at the top of that what was happening and how we got it. So I just want to bring that up so we can just finalize that. What I'd like to do is do what we did with people up in the Heights. Maybe offer them a lease by a year to lease that piece of property. But he has to maintain it, and he has to have insurance for anybody that goes on it of his people. You know, that property is between his business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
You're talking down by Caster's.
Yeah, Cass's old
It's a
place.
little small beach area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we got to solve something like that. Whether he'll accept leasing it or not, I don't know.
I would suggest that if we do go with the lease, they
You're
can,
gonna have to set it up in regards to a part of that association though.
yeah, I don't think it should be long-term either,
No, it's got to be about a year.
because long-term stuff gets forgotten.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you, Jim.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's pain in the butt to do paperwork every year, but
Well, I just, I spoke to you about it. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll stop in and see him. And
yeah.
tell him this is what we're going to offer in 2 weeks and see what he
Yeah.
says. All right. All the emergency lights in this building have to be replaced. They're over there. We had a fire inspection. So my question is to you, you want me to call Ayers and have him take care of everything, or do you want to bid it out, or should we buy this stuff? All these emergency lights in the building.
Fit it out, wouldn't we?
No, it's plain and simple.
Or you have an
You got
electricity,
a number of them out, I'm assuming.
the batteries won't be charging, they don't charge anymore.
They're old, the batteries.
And they're over 10 years old. These are here 13 years.
So do we need new battery packs or
Well, it's better to get the whole new units.
it's cheaper that way?
Well, it's not cheaper, but it's more cost effective for us. I can get Ayers to give us a
How many are
price.
we talking?
Oh, it's quite a few in this building.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll probably say about 10.
The ones, do the batteries, are they designed for the batteries to be replaced?
They are, but
They are.
they're not, it's not recharging them, so it's not just.
Yeah, because the batteries are old, they only go so long. At the prison, we used to take them, I used to go around and take them out and replace them.
Yeah.
There's a,
So we had the fire inspector in here last week, and he
Okay,
took
he
one
says-
down.
he
I
says
think
they
what
need to
needs
be
to be done
replaced.
is get an accurate count onto it and get a couple of bids onto it. You're gonna have to,
Want to do it that way?
I think,
because you're talking a couple hundred
it's gonna be, yeah.
or $300.
I think if it's,
It's not cheap.
Well, I had the same problem, like the fire inspector in my place, and I had 5 of them replaced, and it was under $400, 450, I think.
Each,
No, total.
similar to those.
they have
Same
the,
thing.
Really?
The only thing you don't see those big lights, they're only little.
LEDs.
lights, yeah.
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 But all right, I can.
Correct me if I'm wrong, I think if it's over $1,500, you're supposed to get 3 quotes.
Okay, so we'll do
So
it
it's
that
all
way. I
right.
just want to bring
Yeah.
it to
Yeah,
attention. I'll
whatever your
have,
procurement policy is.
Just to play it safe, get a quote onto it.
yep. I'll find out tomorrow.
Might want to have, is it Dave theirs?
Hey there.
Might want to have him take a look at them before we get the quote. You know, maybe the batteries could be replaced.
It'd be worth it to have Dave come in and
Okay,
Inspect.
My
wherever fee he wants to charge.
commercial
come in
building
and
I own, the things are 35 years old, and I change the batteries every now and then.
just- Yeah, but these, like Gene said, these may not be able to.
Oh, yeah.
I'll-
Oh, Dave,
I'll have him, and I'll get you a quote, and if you don't
Yeah.
like that, we'll bid it out.
Yeah, but why don't you ask him first what he
Yeah,
thinks
I
we
will.
ought to do?
I will, I'll phone him tomorrow.
And if you want, I'll come in with him. I know enough about electricity to be dangerous.
why do you think he's got no here?
All right, the last thing I have, we're gonna have need a resolution, the next meeting. We paid the bill to, Labella. There was a typo in it, and, we passed a resolution for 25,501.29. It should have been 29,501.29. Colleen paid the 25,000, what the resolution said. Now I need another resolution to add on the 4,000 next time. We can pay him out the whole bill. So we gave him something instead of having him wait another 2 weeks. And that's what I have. Some stuff.
Yeah, I got a little bit of stuff. Am I up? Like to get a resolution together to hire Cohen Joyner for deputy CEO. No, wait a minute. Don't write that down yet. We got one late email, so we have one more person to interview. So I'd like to put a resolution together to hire a deputy CEO, but I'm not sure who it's going to be yet. And Mr. Herring is the other interview we still have to do. Put a resolution together to hire Stephen
Fury.
Fury. I don't know why I can't pronounce that. Part-time constable.
All right, they'll be on the agenda for next time. Try to get a meeting together to interview Mr. Herring.
Yeah. And one more thing, and I don't know, can we have a brief discussion about this? I had two more people come forward and want to be put on our technical town advisory committee for the master plan. We have 14 now. The town board set it up last summer. It was a 15 person body. I haven't had a chance to talk to Tracy yet about the pros and cons of adding more people. But having done some of this stuff, I know sometimes too many people is counterproductive because you can't get anywhere. But then on the other hand, when you're doing a comprehensive plan for the town, pretty much the more ideas, the better.
Well, you could have, how about you use it as alternates, have them come to meetings, listen what's going on, if somebody along the way, next month, 2 months, 5 months from now, happens to drop out, and have an alternate to fit right back in.
It's probably a good
I
idea.
like that idea.
Yeah.
So why lose them?
Yeah,
Right. They
yeah.
want to work it.
Okay, so can we put a resolution together to appoint Sonia Harris and Eileen Hickey as alternates to the town advisory committee?
Don't you have one vacancy?
Yeah,
Do you want them both to be alternates or?
I think, so. Well, I want to talk to Tracy.
Okay,
But why, we may change the wording just a whisker,
okay.
but I don't want to wait a whole nother month because we have another meeting coming up in a couple of weeks. Great to hear about that check.
Mm,
That's great news. Give me a second.
I think you all got the email from Colleen about the check. Shouldn't matter.
Yeah. Fraud check for $8,000.
Yeah, what about,
That's been declared fraud and we got the money back from the bank.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
You know, it's, it
What was
was
the
like
setup?
4 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
geez.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was check for you. Check for that.
Are we all,
And there was nothing.
Cindy, we're all set with the buildings and grounds salaries and stuff, right? That's
That
it's
last
all
one,
part
yeah.
of your
Yeah.
package that you read. Buildings and grounds salaries. We all done with that?
Yeah, well, this is just to verify this last one that I brought up.
Okay.
Right, for long.
Okay. And are we gonna put Part B health insurance issue
That's,
on our agenda?
that'll be, it's gonna go on the agenda for the next 2 weeks from now. So I'll be fine on it.
You got it.
Well, Colleen's waiting for a few more people to return their stuff.
Okay.
As soon as we get that, it'll be fine.
That is everything I have.
Paul, you have anything?
What are we doing on the pickup? Present time.
Well, and it's a little confusing because I asked that question today. I thought we put it out again for rebid. I thought Mike was gonna do it, our attorney, put it out again for rebid and have them back in today,
Well,
but we found nothing.
we gotta do something. They are really seriously hurting down there for a pickup truck. I think we ought to go out and do what we gotta do for it. And get it out for bid ASAP.
Well, we're gonna,
Is that different? Are you talking about a different truck?
no, a
I'm
truck.
talking about the 3/4 ton with the
Yeah.
plow.
That's the one. Building.
We got,
That's buildings and grounds.
Buildings and ground.
Buildings and grounds.
The one that we
Yeah, we
had
got-
that came in, the bids came in 2 weeks ago and they were not, Ron declared them.
It's
Cancel.
for buildings and grounds. Ronnie was
Oh,
doing
we got 2 bids in. And they're
Documentation wasn't
incomplete.
correct.
right. We discussed it. I do not know. Number one, it hasn't been put back out to bid.
Okay.
I did not believe that we actually. prepared
Well, we're
bid
putting it
notice.
out now so we can put it on the agenda for
Okay,
next 2 weeks from now.
so I'm gonna need a
Yeah.
description,
Right.
whatever's different about it from the last one.
Is it going out to get opened up at the next bid or is it?
And hopefully it'll,
Yeah, we want to get it out for bid.
So
Get it out
we
for
need a
bid.
description for tomorrow.
I thought Ron, I'm sorry, I didn't know he was going on vacation, but I thought he was gonna take care of
Well,
it.
that was one of the things he wanted me to bring up because he wasn't sure what the outcome of it was either.
Okay.
Oh, just so you know, he told us he didn't want to accept either of those bids.
Right, that's how it started. He
Yeah.
didn't want to accept.
Well, he brought it up. He said, what the wording was and if it got sent back out. So he was just curious as well.
Will it be around tomorrow?
Yes,
All right.
well, we're going up to the county tomorrow. In the morning we will, but he'll be back tomorrow.
Okay. All
One
right.
of the things that I'd like to bring up is to get an ad out in the paper. We definitely need a Class B driver's license. And for buildings and grounds. Highway Department's been very helpful in supplying a man temporarily while Mark was tied up. So we want to get him,
So we're looking for
it's a part-time position. Okay,
must have a.
must have a Class B
Class B CDL. Okay.
driver's license.
Or a larger,
Huh?
or a larger.
Yeah,
If they had a class, they would work.
minimum Class B.
Yeah, it's got to be the minimum. Okay, so we'll work on that tomorrow. And hopefully we'll have an answer by next 2 weeks from now.
Where do we stand on this septic system up at the main beach?
Just waiting for Ron. Yeah, He's been busy.
He wants to know what, that was another thing that we brought up. Is the tank ordered, what the time frame is?
I told you guys it had to be done. We were hoping to have it done before this coming weekend.
Okay, well, who's ordering the tank? Are we? is
Pardon?
it- Who's ordering the tank? Are we supposed to have this all up? We don't have any specs on any of it.
Well, I thought Ron was gonna take care of it, but
Ronnie
Tell him,
didn't-
we have to
Ronnie didn't
dig,
even
we have
know.
to dig it up then and measure it and get it done. We were waiting for, last time we were talking about it, it was snow on. And he had said if the snow disappears, it'll go up and we'll take care of it. So,
Okay, and him and I went down and looked at it, not last week, the week before,
okay,
and we were talking about building a ramp on the bottom up against the wall, getting a machine in there to take it out, but I don't know what, if who's heading it up to see what we're getting and where we're getting it from, or
Well, Karen's got all the information what you need.
No, I do not.
No.
It is I do not do anything but residential septics. Anything other than that is done by New York State Department of Health or DEC. That's what when we discussed it before, you asked me to call them and see if we
Right.
needed an engineered system. And he said, probably not. And he sent me the forms
Right,
that you're supposed to submit about the intent to enlarge or repair or whatever. And I had given those to Jean. I have them here as well. And then the state is the one that says yes or no and go ahead and do this, not Karen.
have the papers been filed, Gene?
no, because we were, last time when that came in, there was snow there. And we were waiting for the snow to go and I just assumed Ron was gonna go up when he had a chance. So
okay, so what needs to be done? It's gotta get dug up.
just to measure it, we have to get the size of it first. So we have to dig up, get it to, so we can see it. And just measure it and find out what size it is. That's what we have to fill those papers out for.
Okay, so dig it up, measure it, backfill it, and then go from there.
Read through that form, make sure we got all the
Yeah.
information we need. So that form has to be filed, Karen, even though they may not require anything else. Is that right?
Right. It's a public beach, so it has to be done through them.
Are they gonna tell us what style tank to use?
I don't know. When I called them, I said that you had asked me to call and that it was a metal tank that you wanted to replace with a concrete tank. Am I correct so far?
Basically, that's what we
Right,
talked
so
about.
I assumed it was same size, you're doing a replacement, so we need to know the size of the tank that you want to put in, and you'll just, I'm assuming, I haven't looked at the form, that you will put on there that you want to put in a concrete holding tank. That's what basically is all that you're doing, correct?
Yes.
If we go with concrete, you're gonna have to get a crane to set the tank.
Well, that's what we discussed at that meeting that night, and Ron said he thinks he can do it.
If we go with plastic, we won't need to, but if we go with concrete, you're gonna have to, there's no way physically possible, we're gonna be able to set that.
Well, do you know if plastic will be acceptable to the,
They use them a lot of places.
oh, so then
Yeah,
let's go with plastic, definitely.
yeah, because the one you're replacing is metal.
Metal, yeah.
Plastic's definitely better than, and for the job, plastic would fit better than concrete just for installation purposes. So that
Okay,
would
so
be,
let's say plastic.
Karen, can I have a copy of that form? When do you want to dig it up?
I squeeze it this week, but.
Give
we
me a
have-
call, okay?
Tomorrow, we have a thing up at the county, built up in Johnson, and so we'll try to, if not, it's gonna be at the beginning of next week.
Give me a call. Let me know when you're gonna do it. Okay, by then I'll review this and be the expert. And hopefully we'll dig that sucker up and get it ordered right on the spot. Okay,
Yeah, just so that our beach is open in the last weekend of June, so we got 3 weeks
Okay,
to do the job.
do you have
maybe
my phone
4.
numbers, Logan?
I believe I do, if not, I'll write them down after.
Jim, I also in my office, my contact that I deal with there is Kevin Kenyon, New York State Department of Health. And I have his cell number as well. I'll get that to
Okay.
you in case.
We'll have payroll checks that have to be signed tomorrow, right? I'll be in the morning,
Okay,
okay?
Ronnie said that the same specs, it just needs to add the wording there with Sandra and B level. B.
Are you talking to Cindy?
No, I mean, we had the floor.
Paul did, I'm sorry. How about anything else, Paul?
We still gotta get something together on Airbnbs. It's too darn important to let this sit. Okay, I believe at one time we received some information from a few other towns.
Yeah, I got Warrensburg and Bolton.
Oh, yeah.
I think we ought to review them, take the highlights, put one together and get it done.
Want me to email it to you? I have them both.
Yeah, please.
And I almost think almost at the same time, we should be talking about
The only difference,
long-term camper trailers.
Yeah,
the only thing with Warrensburg is that they're not as strict as Bolton. Bolton is a good one.
Yeah,
well, if that's the case, then you get the same situation of passing a referendum in regards to personal property being put on town property. Right now, we do not have in place in this town that does not stop a person from parking a camper on town property. And we can't get them off. So I think that that has to be done also.
We gotta figure out, I mean, when we can get together and discuss this stuff. We have to figure out a day we can get together and discuss this stuff.
like a workshop. maybe.
Yeah, it's gotta be like a workshop. It's gotta have time to talk about
Oh,
it,
I'm not disagreeing with you.
especially the Airbnb.
Yeah. But these are points that, you know, we've talked about the Airbnb for over X amount of months. We've talked about the trailer incidents in regards to travel trailers for well over a year.
Yeah, it's all of that.
And there's 2 points that need to be addressed to help take care of certain situations in my book. That's all I have tonight.
Thank you. Tim?
The only thing as far as the kayak rack, I would like to see a resolution made, either it's kept where it is or removed. But there's a reason why it is where it is now, and I think it should remain that way. Just to resolve that. 'Cause I don't want to see them have to go across, put across the road to the other. It's enough going on over there as it is. And with the parking and people going in and out of there, I think it just will, keep it where it is, anything other than that, remove it.
So we'll make a note for a resolution to keep them where they're at.
Yeah.
Okay. Karen, you have anything?
I really, the only thing I have is you asked me again at the last town board meeting that to see if I could find some maps about that Sylvan Road and the beach and people claiming it was public beach, private road, whatever it is. So Melissa and I together, more Melissa than I, she went back and found the history of it, and I have it here. I only have one copy, but you can have it. That the subdivision map of Luzerne Heights dated October 3rd of 1921 presents what is currently Sylvan Road as Park Road and shows it meeting the water. The subdivision map of the Schermerhorn property on Lake Avenue dated August 23rd, 1948 presents what is currently Sylvan Road as Skimmerhorn Road and again shows it as meeting the water. The road is claimed and maintained by the town and therefore it is at least acquired by usage by the town. The sandy area, which some claim is a beach, looks to actually be the end of the road and therefore would be owned by the town. So she's got the subdivision maps attached to that and her explanation of the Sylvan Road property. I printed off on the GIS system the maps and that where the confusion is that on this system, the map, the road stops, but the land beside the road is owned by the town of Luzerne. So I have those 2 copies if you would like them. That's basically all I
Get
have.
something made up and then put them in your box.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
You emailed us these maps, didn't you already?
I've never seen it.
I may have, I don't know if I did or not, but they're there and I can certainly scan them in and email them out if you want me to. I did keep 1 copy for myself as a record of what I'd given you.
Just let me see that. See that one, so that just makes the town owns.
The lady that was questioning this came into my office and was asking me questions and I did not want to. I was hoping that the lawyer would look at those before. I'm not going to claim what the town owns and what the town doesn't own. I think that's something that legally needs to
Yeah,
probably
I
be
agree with you.
determined by the town attorney or whomever, but that's the history of what is in the record in the assessor's office. So that's why I'm passing it
Yep.
on to
Is
you.
this the only copies you have?
I kept 1 copy
Okay.
for myself,
Can I give this to
certainly.
Yeah, one,
have you bring to Mike so he can look at it?
We'll probably have something set up and then we'll take a look at it.
So you can make a couple others up and we'll put them in their box.
Yep,
Is that it, Karen?
that's all I have.
You got anything else?
Yep, one, we just like the resolution to do the work in buttermilk for the next meeting.
All right, say that again. I'm sorry. There you go.
The resolution to do the work up in buttermilk for the state.
Yeah,
To make the
the
resolution
grant.
so that they can go ahead and do that work at the. for the
Yeah,
state.
Buttermilk, that's a 3-year project,
Yeah, and
$50,000.
yep, correct.
didn't we already pass one?
It never got passed at the last meeting. It was discussed, but never passed, Ronnie said.
It's a possibility.
So Ronnie would just like to confirm that it hasn't been passed or passed one for the next meeting.
All right, we'll look into that. I'm not even sure myself.
Septic tank was already talked about. The highway department needs to, well, for the water department needs to buy a new metal detector to locate valves. So Ronnie's, we'll have prices for the next meeting, but we want to get it out there. So we need to get that sooner rather than later. We were
It's,
wondering if we
Logan,
could-
if that requires a resolution, it'd be nice if you could get those prices to Cindy so that the resolution can be written up.
Okay. We'll get call for prices this week and email up with you
Because you
guys
gotta have 3 quotes.
if it's over the 15. They're also wondering, the way that the policy book is written, until you guys figure out a new policy book, if there's any way that we could change the wording for the personal and sick time. Right now that it's worded that they have to be taken in 4-hour increments. We're wondering if we could change that to hour increments. If somebody had a doctor's appointment at 3 o'clock or something and they need to leave at 2:30, technically they have to use 4 hours of either sick or personal time to be able to go to that. So I'm wondering if we could pass a resolution to make it possible to use the personal sick time in hour increments. Without getting anybody in trouble.
I don't have any problem doing the resolution, but I'd like to discuss it.
Yeah.
I used to own a business, and I think hour increments are a lot of work to keep track of.
We used before to do it that way, but then with everything getting cracked down, we don't want to get anybody in trouble, so.
Yeah,
That's the way Linda always did it before. If we had a doctor's appointment, we were able to use sick time. Because right now, if somebody gets a migraine at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they either have to wait till the end of the day, or they have to lose the time. Because it's that way it's written, it has to be taken in 4 hours.
yeah. Well, we can put the resolution together and discuss it. Go before the resolution is voted on.
Okay,
It's funny because I was just looking at that a couple days ago.
yeah, I know that it was started, but I don't know what how far along you guys are, so we're just wondering if we could get that at least changed in the meantime. I think that's all that I have.
Well, do you guys have any discussion on that?
I mean, I personally myself don't, my previous job, that's what we did is hourly. So if you had to be at the doctor's by 3, you got out at 2
Mhm.
and not at noon.
I don't have a problem with that. I think Colleen's the one that,
That's who I
if
want.
anybody's gonna complain,
That's who I want to talk to before the,
is going to be her.
She said, we've talked to
Okay.
her before and she didn't have an issue with it.
she doesn't.
It was just as easy to put 1 hour as 4 hours.
Yeah. I don't see an issue with it, really. It's better, it's more efficient usage of giving some of the opportunity to use their sick time
I don't think,
efficiently.
yeah, and I don't think once,
Work for me for 30, it's not yours.
have we gotten any closer with the new time clock set up yet? Does
Where?
anybody know?
We're all ready to go.
I know you're ready. I know Buildings and Grounds is all ready. Our computer man that's setting this all up, where do we stand with him?
I think she's been on meetings last week on, right, on the new computer setup.
That's
I'd have
not
to-
what he's talking about. He's talking about Chris.
Oh, Chris,
Schedule,
oh, I
Chris.
see, I don't know much about it. We've done,
Work schedule to hook up those.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we bought it back in January or before the first of the year. Everything that we had to do is completed. And such as this hourly changing from 4 to 1, okay, can be done very easily with the new time clocks because it goes directly to Colleen. Okay, and she can make the notes and everything. And we're waiting for Chris to hook this thing up.
Chris, who?
The fountain.
what's that?
Okay,
Does Chris LaFountain know we're waiting for him?
Sure does.
I think it's gotten to a point that talking with Colleen. I don't want to call it a resolution or, excuse me. Get off the tin can or we get replaced type of situation. And I don't think we want to do this. But, we're 5 months into this situation, it's not done.
Who ordered it? Who's in charge of it? You know, I'll
Well,
tell you,
Colleen's at the point
well,
now that, and I've been asking her on a somewhat every 2 to 3 weeks, how we coming, and it's the same line that we're waiting for final programming of it.
all right.
It's 4 months.
Cindy, if you want, give me Chris's number and I'll call him tomorrow.
Chop, chop.
Because I don't know who's, what to tell him, because I know
Right.
nothing about this situation.
Until we know, then we'll, next
I'll
agenda
call him
meeting.
tomorrow,
then we
make an
can, yeah,
appointment, have him come down and talk
or
to
then
somebody.
Before the
about it.
meeting, yeah, 2
Fine.
weeks, we can get it in there.
Thank you.
We'll do it that way. This way, somebody will make a move.
Yeah, it's been 5 months, it should be.
Yeah,
Was it just coming down as part of the price, right?
pardon?
Just,
No, this is up and beyond the price of the clocks. We ordered the clocks by ourselves.
okay.
We talked with him that they would match our system and everything else.
Is he gonna cut a PO or something to come and help install?
He does our installs. Okay. He said that we needed
Wiring.
cable done up at the town garage, which was put in. They did it down at the Buildings and Grounds. And that was well over
2 months ago.
2 months ago.
Yeah.
So he's been involved, but we can't get him to do the final step.
Will anybody call him, talk to him, say it's done?
Colleen says she has.
Should we write him a purchase order or something to come and do it?
I don't think it's
No,
necessary.
I don't think that's that. We'll take care of
The
it.
friendly reminder, I
I'm
think we
waiting for him too.
Huh?
I'm waiting for things with Chris too. so.
start with a.
Well, is there
formal-
anybody else that can do it?
I have no idea. I
stick
don't
with the
know about
person.
computers.
Let's look into it tomorrow.
All right. I'm
Give me
calling.
a number, I'll call. Find out. I'll let him give us a schedule or a time. And
Let's,
we'll have
let's beat a squeaky wheel.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will, because if we don't say anything, it's not gonna get done.
All right. Is that it?
I want
I'm good.
to go back to this truck bid.
Right,
Are you telling me tonight to put this bid out
yes.
by resolution?
Well, we can't make any resolutions.
Or are you waiting till the next regular meeting to make the resolution for me to put this back out
I
to
believe that's correct.
Yeah,
next meeting?
Yes.
So then we'll have to wait another month.
I think we ought to get a workshop together, drop the specs and get it out in 2 weeks.
Well, we had specs, I know we
Yeah,
did.
it's the same
Just the
spec.
sander and V plow.
It's the exact same specs, but it
Same
was,
specs as that was.
it wasn't worded in the original.
It never had the wording.
It didn't have the wording. That was it. So by law, but legally, we have to take it,
I mean,
by doing it the right ways, put it back out.
I'm just,
Yep.
I just want clarification. You're not telling
What
me
did
to
we
do
just
it as
decide?
of tomorrow.
What did we just decide? Are we sending it out or not? To bid?
Well, do we physically need a resolution to send
Yes.
the paperwork out?
Yes, and you have to say in the resolution. all
Then we
kinds
have
of
to wait 2
things
weeks.
and
So
when-
we have to wait till 2 weeks.
Okay.
But yeah, it should be done and ready to go.
It's snow time before we get a truck.
Maybe it'll work in our favor. Nobody will buy that truck because it's got a sander and a plow on it.
Well,
We're gonna lose that truck.
I know we are. Okay, anything else?
That's all I have.
I give you a motion adjourned.
Hold on one second. Would you guys be agreeable to go on to executive session that Mr. Herring can hang around and we can interview him?
What you want to do now?
Yeah. You want to hang around for a few minutes, Mr. Herring?
No problem with that, but I have no problem with executive session.
Oh, I'm all right with that, I guess.
I would appreciate a little notice.
Okay.
I'm prepared for it, or?
Yeah, that's not an unreasonable request. Okay, so we'll have to get back to you, set something up. Okay,
well, yeah, that's fair. Exactly.
Maybe.
Other people are given the opportunity to.
Maybe. Is maybe even later this week?
Is there a job description available?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I
Did you
think-
send in an application, Jack?
Sending a letter of intent.
Yeah, it was an email.
Okay.
If you could fill out the application. And I think I've got extra copies. I know Karen has copies of the,
Job description?
yeah,
Mhm.
there's two versions, read them both. One is
So if I have them with
just the
me,
highlights. I've got some with me, but it may be the only one I've got.
So we'll get them ready and they'll be ready to be picked up tomorrow. probably.
We done?
I don't know, everybody okay? A motion to adjourn, I gotta get some.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay,
Second.
all right, all in favor,
Aye.
Aye.
we're adjourned, thanks.
You got one, Karen?
here, you can have this copy.